Thank you and good afternoon. It's always a pleasure to come back to LSX World Congress. Last year, I think I was holding up the lunch. This time, we have to usher in people from lunch. I'm not sure which one is the most unenvious position, but it is indeed a pleasure to be here and speak about Medicus Pharma. We are a biotech life sciences company listed on NASDAQ with an interest to advance clinical development programs of clinical stage novel therapeutic assets. Last year, when I took this podium, we had just emerged on the scene and had our lead asset, SkinJet, a novel therapy to treat non-melanoma skin diseases, particularly basal cell carcinoma, in a non-invasive fashion. And we had embarked upon our clinical development program. And when we signed up for this event, we were eager and excited to provide some progress and update that we have done in this last 1 year. We have come far. But nonetheless, it is an exciting opportunity for us, or for me, to share that yesterday we expanded our pipeline by announcing a binding letter of intent to acquire a UK-based company, NTIV, in a share exchange transaction amounting to about $75 million. So we are really excited. So I'm going to start off by talking a little bit about NTIV, which is in many ways has some similarities to our SkinJet story, which is trying to bring to market a next generation gonadotropin releasing hormone antagonist to treat prevention, or to prevent the acute urinary retention through an injectable, and has a phase 2 study. It's a novel therapy, not been done before, and we are rather excited to close the transaction before the end of this quarter and advance the clinical development program. Teverelix also has a phase 2 study approved in advanced prostate cancer with patients that have a high cardiovascular risk profile. This is very exciting for us, and I hope that all of you today and others will stay tuned to the progress that we would make, and hopefully we have a lot of positivity and forward momentum to share next year in Lisbon. And we are excited to already looking to sign up for that. But going back to SkinJet, which is our lead asset, we acquired this asset in the fall of 2023 and started a phase 2 study, a double-blinded, placebo-controlled phase 2 study covering 60 patients in 9 sites across the United States. We randomized our first patient in the summer of last year, and earlier this year, in the beginning of March, we shared an interim data analysis where we had randomized more than 50% of the 60 patients that were scheduled or are scheduled to be randomized, and showed more than 60% clinical clearance in our interim findings. So it is certainly a very positive step. We believe that we are on the cusp of bringing to market a novel, non-invasive treatment alternative, which would not only become the first in class, but perhaps could also become the best in class, addressing the most common cancer, which is the basal cell carcinoma of the skin. Basal cell is abundant not just in the United States, but around the world where there is sunlight and exposed skin, primarily or preferably of fair skin. That is the breeding ground for basal cell carcinoma. There are just 5 million cases that emerge in the United States, and is treated at an annualized cost of $15+ billion. And we believe that with our interim data that we have in hand, where we are certainly have shown more than 60% of clinical clearance, which validated the findings of our phase 1 study that was completed in March of 2021, which was the primary endpoint was to demonstrate safety of delivering doxorubicin, a known chemotherapeutic agent, transdermally without causing any serious systemic or localized adverse effects. We not only demonstrated that in our phase 1 study, but in 6 of those 13 patients also have demonstrated as a secondary endpoint complete histological clearance on resected specimens, which gave us the confidence to embark upon a phase 2 study, that was primarily focused exclusively on the nodular type of basal cell carcinoma. A nodular type of basal cell carcinoma is the most common type, representing 60 to 70% of the basal cell carcinoma market size. So if we can crack the code to address a non-invasive treatment regimen, we certainly believe that we will in many ways reshape the way basal cell carcinoma is approached, not just in the Western Hemisphere, but around the world, using our cellulose-based, uniquely designed, patent-protected microneedle arrays coming out of University of Pittsburgh and Carnegie Mellon, and we as a company carry the exclusive development and commercialization rights. Not only that we initiated our phase 2 study, provided an interim analysis, but last week we expanded the cohort of our study from 60 patients to 90 patients. We are trying to put together a package to sit in a Type C meeting with the FDA to get some additional guidance and alignment, because we have high confidence, not just as subject area experts ourselves. Clearly, I take the credit of all the work of folks that are much smarter than I am. But more importantly, through our regulatory advisors, that our asset is a novel asset and it qualifies for a fast-track designation. And our study should turn into a pivotal study covering no more than 300 or 400 patients. So we are eager to sit with the FDA. We also believe the path to new drug application is a 505(b)(2) pathway, bringing to market a new indication and use for for treating basal cell carcinoma. Not only that this trial now is expanded to 90 patients, but we are also have an additional study that we submitted to the Department of Health in Abu Dhabi, where we have a 36-patient study design that Cleveland Clinic of Abu Dhabi and American Hospital in Dubai and 2 other health systems are serving as the investigators to also add to our proof of concept efforts. And we are collaborating with some in the Asia Pacific region to also hopefully initiate a study with some partner in that region. So we believe have done well. We are a micro-cap company emerging and hopefully have a positive trend on our market cap. Since last year to now, it has, I think, doubled, but still we are below 75 million. So there is a lot of room for us to grow, not just in form of our valuations, but there is a lot more work left for us to do in advancing our clinical development program. With that, I would conclude and will be happy to take any questions from the audience.
Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions?
Thank you for the very insightful presentation. So in terms of the goalpost for success in basal cell carcinoma, how much of it is simply the aesthetic improvement over Mohs surgery versus do you need to show an overall outcomes or efficacy improvement?
So in terms of the comparison, that's like apples to oranges. Mohs surgery is an established way where you are Mohs surgery is an established treatment. When I was graduating from medical schools many moons ago, Mohs surgery is what we do. The proof of concept study that we have is to demonstrate standalone that doxorubicin delivered in the interstitial fluid initiates an immunogenic response, activates what is called the calreticulin pathway, and causes cell apoptosis. We saw that in 6 patients in our phase 1 study. We have now seen in our interim analysis that it is trending positively. So as we continue to demonstrate and show that more than 60% of the time that we can actually succeed in doing that, that creates a market opportunity. Most procedures in the United States, there are only 1 million or so most procedures are conducted. There are 5,000 dermatologists that have a Mohs subspecialty. At a given time, there are 7 million patients with basal cell carcinoma. Luckily, it is a slow-growing cancer, so you can wait in line. And for now, the only definitive treatment is Mohs surgery. So we have 3 analysts that cover the company. They have given a positive ratings. And there is consensus between analysts that even if we can demonstrate 30% or so clinical clearance, and 30% of the time we are right, that creates a $2 billion commercialization opportunity. So I think we are on a good track, but as a company, we're looking for partners to take the baton off our hand and not only finish the pivotal trial, but also commercialize. Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I was wondering if you could help me understand whether there is a limit to the size that can be treated.
So the patch, it's a novel patch, but for now it is a 15 by 15 millimeter patch with a 13 by 13 millimeter active surface area, and it is 400 microns, 400 needles, which are 750 microns. The median size of basal cell carcinoma is 8 millimeters. So it does cover most of it. It is not to say right now there is one patch application over 3 sittings, over 2 weeks, but it's not out of the realm of possibility that you can apply 2 patches, or you can make the size of the patch bigger. But we hope that that is our friends in Big Pharma that would hopefully take the baton from us, add a substantial value to our shareholders. We'll try to figure those things out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to speak here, and hopefully I will see you everybody at Lisbon in next year.